The question that comes to mind hearing all this is privacy. So I assume that
Oh
this
yeah.
is this is not something that you would take, private data and throw it out on ChatGPT public and say, throw it against the wall. How do you make sure that how does this integrate so that it is still stay private?
So with ChatGPT and with the AIs specific, we could put rails like guide rails in there to where we can even feed it maybe some proprietary info, but make sure that it removes any contextual information that would violate any NDAs, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So outside of that, like our CTO, he has a master's in cybersecurity, and so security is like a huge major focus with us.
Yeah.
It's more important how you store the data
Yeah.
than anything, and so making sure that things are hosted properly, making sure that everything's pen tested right, and I mean because if we build a system and it gets hacked, we're liable, and the company that hired us is liable to pay out
Yes.
damages to every single person whose data got stolen.
Yeah.
And we don't want that, So that's why we're OWASP compliant, we're HIPAA compliant. We understand what it takes to hack stuff because we actively hack our applications as part of the testing process.
Gotcha. Well, so I think, the customer service or customer support side of this makes a lot of sense. What would be the next step if a company wants to go beyond customer support and start implementing, automating more business processes? What would you suggest?
Well, it really depends on the industry, right? I mean,
Okay.
like we find in warehousing that there's a lot of warehouses and logistics and wholesale companies who still run on like Excel sheets and outdated systems. There are some brick and mortar stores, apparel companies and stuff that also are running off of outdated inventory systems and things like that. So we'll take those systems, completely revamp it. Like for a wholesale company, for example, like a lot of them will get these huge manifestos that are like PDFs from one supplier and Excel from another. And they have a data warrior in India, like entering it all
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
behind the scenes. But, humans aren't perfect. And so there's going to be
No.
errors and it's slow. So we'll build a system where like, hey, have your supplier upload it right here. It's instantly imported into your system. You don't have to do anything. And so that guy's work that you hired full time, you don't need him anymore. That's not bad. He just needs to evolve with his job and get a better skill set,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
But from an efficiency standpoint, like all of a sudden you don't have to wait a week to have your system updated from a new.
Yeah. You
sheet
take all the
got.
manual work out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.